So a very good afternoon, or maybe morning, still in the morning time, to everyone. Yeah, so before we go for our lunch break, so please spare another 10 to 15 minutes and allow me, to introduce myself. So my name is Charlene, and I come from NEOGEN, looking after the immunodiagnostic portfolio in Asia Pacific. So today it's my honor to be here to actually share a little bit more on the emerging trends and regulations that we see in this area and how NEOGEN is able to help to support you. So allow me to also share a little bit about NEOGEN first. So in NEOGEN, we focus a lot on improving the food safety, also enhancing animal safety, increasing the output via genomics. And maybe you have heard of us, the legacy NEOGEN, and maybe you have heard of 3M Food Safety. So the good news is in 2022, these two companies came together and became one NEOGEN. So now with this integrated portfolio, we are able to provide you a more comprehensive food safety testing solutions depending on your needs. So you could see from this map over here, these are some of the key milestones, products that we have accomplished over the past 40 years. And in fact, this year is actually our Petrifilm 40-year anniversary. So our booth is just right behind this forum. So if you have the chance, feel free to drop by to join us in this celebrating occasion and have a look at some of our products. And as I shared, with this integrated portfolio, here are some of the solutions that now we offer, ranging from your indicators, your pathogens, hygiene monitoring, even mycotoxins that we have been hearing a lot about, allergens, nutritional analysis, and so much more. So for today's sharing session, I thought to also highlight some of these common trends that we are seeing now, and hopefully it could be of use for in the future. So first, let's talk about food quality nutritional analysis. So I have a hobby. I like to go to the supermarket to get the groceries, and I will just take a look at the nutritional labeling. So sometimes you see Sometimes you see high in fiber. Sometimes you see reduces heart risk. So food manufacturers, when they actually have to put all these claims on the packaging, they need to make sure they actually list down these nutritions. So I like to use this meme over here. When iPhone 3 or 4 first came out, it was small and compact. And then as time passes, you'll see your iPhone getting longer, getting wider. And it's actually the same as what we are seeing now in nutrition labeling. So it first started off with, you have to write your proteins, you have to write your fats, carbohydrates. Now, if you actually take a look, there is this trend that you have to be more specific. Okay, you have to actually talk about, carbohydrates being split into dietary fiber and total sugars. And for those that actually talks about food supplements, you then also have to list down all the specific content inside your food. So example, I was mentioning on reducing heart risk. So could it be that there is beta-glucan? So if there is, food manufacturers actually have to label them in this nutrition label. So when we look into the forward-looking trends, in this food quality nutritional analysis, we do see these three particular trends that could be of concern to you in the very near future. So we are glad that in NEOGEN, we actually have Megazyme that helps you to measure all these necessary nutrition components in your food so that you can follow all the official AOAC methods where our assay kits have been validated, and you are able to use this to accurately determine, all these components in your food. So a second point that you might also be seeing is that for dietary fiber analysis, it's not just purely on analyzing them. It's to make sure that you have accurate determination of these dietary fiber components. So it might be a little bit small over here, but allow me to, briefly summarize this. So as we actually see the AOAC methods being developed and overcoming some of the challenges in the traditional approaches, of the Prosky method, okay, which is the 95.29, 991.43, you could see that there are essentially, challenges that we have to overcome, okay? And let me show you in the next slide. Okay, so for traditional total dietary fiber methods, okay, we are able to accurately determine your cellulose, your beta-glucans, etc. But what we realize is that in the traditional methods, there are partial, dietary fiber components that are not accurately determined. And this has been acknowledged, addressed, and that's why you see that in AOAC official methods, they actually publish, newer methods that helps you to overcome these challenges. And, if you are just looking into the very traditional total dietary fiber method, not only you have overestimation, underestimation of some of the resistant starch, you could also be spending more time to look into galacto-oligosaccharides with another method. So with the trend that we are seeing now, what we see is that now a lot of food and manufacturers companies are looking into a method that is able to determine a comprehensive, a total dietary fiber components accurately. And this is why there is this trend that these manufacturers are looking into AOAC method 2017 and 2022. So for all these dietary fiber methods listed in the AOAC, Magazyme have the essay kits to actually show you all of these different methods, how it works, and how you actually determine your dietary fiber components. So another forward-looking trend, okay, is also what Dr. Kanita Pon was sharing on Nova Food. Yeah, and this could also be included, including your plant-based foods, etc. So let me just share, a little snippet of this publication over here, where they were using in terms of like insect base. So with all this novel food coming to place, plant-based, it's important for us to assess, the protein content. And with this over here, Magazyme also offer an approach, where we can use the protein digestibility corrected amino acid score to accurately, measure the digestibility of this protein and also, determine this protein content level. And next, from the nutritional labels, you could also see nowadays you actually have to label, what types of allergens are inside your labeling. And this is also, an upcoming trend that we see in globally as well as our region. So I took this snapshot, to actually show you the international regulatory chart coming from various countries, what they have to actually declare, okay? And it's small, but you can see a lot of crosses. Yeah, so just to share, even just 3-4 months ago this year, in Indonesia, they actually also started to be listed in this international regulatory chart for close monitoring. And just 1 year ago, in 2023 January, instead of just top 8 common allergens, we are now looking into additional allergens. And last year, sesame was introduced into this. And why, on food allergens? It is because, when they actually did the study to see, why food are being recalled back, okay, it is because that undeclared allergen is actually the #1 reason. So in this report, in 2022, they realized that the undeclared allergen account up to 45% of the total food recall. Yeah, and to add on, just a year later, in 2023, this number, 45%, went up to 63%. Just within 1 year, it's a 50% increment. And that's why, it's really important to start to think about, what are the opportunity causes for all these food recalls? And hence, we actually need to start to look into allergen testing in your area. So in NEOGEN, for allergen testing, we do offer like the qualitative as well as the quantitative methods, ranging from your lateral flow device, okay, where after the integration of the legacy NEOGEN and 3M food safety, we offer even a wider, more extended, more comprehensive allergen testing kits, and we also have the ELISA method. So it really depends on your needs of the laboratories, whether which would be more convenient, which would be more suitable for your usage. And in NEOGEN, we really like to, support you beyond the products. So we have like a lot of tools and resources, support to make sure that we are able to support you and your challenges in your laboratories. And last but not least, we have been hearing a lot about mycotoxins, a lot about natural toxins in our area. So because of time-wise, I will not be able to share into all the details, but you can have a look. Generally, we are seeing stricter regulations, for the mycotoxins such as non-T2H2, just 1st July 2024. We are seeing more testing, more regulation in industry, not just on food for human, but also on pet food. So all this boils to very stringent, regular testing you have to do for mycotoxin. And for mycotoxin-wise, depending on your needs, if you are looking at screening, we do have both the qualitative and the quantitative, the lateral flow device and the ELISA Veritox that is good for your usage. And other than mycotoxins, histamine is also one of the key concerns in our area where we do a lot of seafood exports and imports as well. And also to highlight, even for mycotoxins, we really emphasize the support that we want to give you to make sure that you are able to complete your testing with ease in your lab. So with that, we hope to actually partner with you closer for any of your upcoming, testings. And if you do have any, inquiries, please feel free to scan the QR code. And we are really glad to be able to engage you with our experts in NEOGEN, so that we can just have a good discussion. So you can share your challenges and we can see how we are able to support your needs from there. So with that, I would like to thank you for your attention for this morning session. And I'll pass the mic over back to the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sherlyn.